Colleen Ballinger's train might have just left Manipulation Station with the way people feel like she's been trying to get her audience to feel bad for her about everything that happened this summer, when the entire internet was trying to hold her accountable for her actions. Colleen has been daily vlogging again. It's business as usual for her, as if nothing ever happened this year, but she's certainly trying to mention here and there how down she was this summer in her time away. I talked about it in a video right when she came back that the Instagram page Spill Some Tea With Me noticed that in one of the videos Colleen posted, she rewinded back in time, and during the rewind she included clips of her visibly upset and emotional from this summer. And this Instagram page is keeping people in the know with how Colleen has been in her vlogs. I will say that because they have picked up on some of the things Colleen has been saying in her recent videos, and it seems she's been opening up about more from this summer, how she's feeling about a lot of things, and that includes discussing tour and if she would ever go on tour again. This summer, while everything was going on, she did try to continue with her tour, but after a couple shows into everything coming out about her, the tour was canceled. And in her new video, she was doing a Q&A, and one of the questions made mention of Colleen on tour, so she started talking about how much she loved being on tour and how she loves being on a stage, but was for sure trying to feel out how her subscribers would feel about something happening in the future. And maybe she was trying to see if they would comment and be like, OMG, like, please go back on tour or something, with the way that she was like, it's only possible if people buy tickets, and she wasn't sure if people would buy tickets.
I don't know if that'll ever happen. I don't know. I have not really thought that touring would happen for me again in the future. I love it. It's my favorite part of my job, or always was my favorite part of my job. But I don't know. In order to go on tour, people would have to like buy tickets to see the show, and I don't know that that's something that would happen. So, but I'm so grateful for all the time that I got to tour, and if I ever got to tour, perform in any capacity ever again, I would be just elated, so happy. It's my passion, it's my everything. But like, you know, I'm also just trying to be grateful for the experiences that I have had, and you know, look at it that way. So yeah, anyway.
The idea of Colleen going on tour again is certainly an interesting one, stating that actions on stage from her tour were one of the things that she was getting called out for. I wonder if she ever dared to do it again, if she would still have audience members come up to the stage and interact with them, because as we heard this summer, the interactions weren't always appropriate. Huge media outlets were even reporting on the things coming out about Colleen and things that she had included in her tour, so it's interesting to hear that she would even consider doing it all over again after everything that's been said. Becky, who came out about her experience going on stage at Colleen's show, tweeted out after hearing about this and said, Colleen talking about touring again after being back on YouTube for only 2 weeks is actually unhinged. This is a complete train wreck, no pun intended. Like, I'm confused. Did we not experience the same summer? Has she forgotten about the huge publications that talked about her mistreatment of children on tour? Your tour got canceled for you. Have some shame, OMFG, this is embarrassing for her. This summer, Becky had come forward to talk about how uncomfortable it was for her when she was brought on stage to participate in a challenge during one of Colleen's shows a few years ago, and talked about how it left her feeling afterwards. She went on stage for a yoga challenge where Becky laid on her back in her short romper, and Colleen in her Miranda costume spread her legs, and then a fart noise played. She sat down with Rolling Stone this summer, and they wrote, Becky tells Rolling Stone that even though she immediately felt embarrassed and exposed, she was afraid to speak up and be cut off from her idol and community. But she was brave enough to talk about how she felt during this summer, and after hearing the news of Colleen wanting to potentially tour again if people would buy tickets, Becky added to her previous tweets, writing, I think it's dangerous for her to tour again, seeing as she took a complaint about her inappropriate behavior on tour and turned it into a viral internet joke without taking real accountability for it. This isn't me being obsessed with her. I find this worrying for other children. Which, if you remember, in Colleen's ukulele song, she minimized what happened to Becky as just a fart joke.
I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago I made a fart joke.
Not even a sorry for making Becky feel uncomfortable and embarrassed after going on stage that day. And there's several other instances of people being quite uncomfortable with audience interactions that have happened at Colleen's shows. But still, in her ukulele song, she really only talked about the fact that, a Miranda show is PG-13 and she's trusting parents to, make decisions for their kids and, determine what's appropriate and what's not appropriate for them to be attending. And I don't know, she tried to definitely take it out of her hands, even though she's the one running the show here.
I didn't realize it was my responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows. Now, have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes. Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes. Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes.
But on the subject of this summer and everything that went down, Colleen in her latest vlog in that same Q&A was asked about her house and about renovations and things like that. Previously, she had talked about doing things to the house when she moved in.
Plus, we're gonna renovate a lot of the house. So because it's an older house, there's a lot of it that we love, and then there's parts of it that like we really need to fix and change. So like we're probably gonna redo the kitchen, we're probably gonna redo our bedroom and our bathroom and some stuff with the kids' room. So there's like a lot of renovating we're gonna be doing.
But said in this video that she didn't end up doing any of the renovations that she had said before her break because with everything that happened financially, it wasn't the best thing for them to be doing a house project.
There are a lot of things that we wanted to do with this house. When we bought the house, I was like, oh my gosh, there's all these renovations I want to make and all these things I want to do. And that was the plan. And we had like a designer come and like architects come and like look at the house and like help us figure it all out. But then things happen. Anyway, contrary to popular opinion, I was not making money during that break and monetizing off of the whole situation. I was definitely losing a lot. And I'm not saying that for any other reason other than to just explain why we chose to not then renovate, because renovations are really expensive and we needed to figure out our money situation, what we wanted to do, and blah, blah. And that was just something that we had to kind of let go of. So that's fine, it's not a big deal. Maybe in the future we'll be able to renovate, or maybe we'll move, or who knows, but I saw a lot of people ask that question.
And this is certainly the part that people are really thinking she wants people to feel bad for her and all of this because she didn't get to do her house renovations because she was offline this summer and wasn't making money. The thing that's so interesting about her saying that this summer she wasn't making money during her break and said that, that was contrary to popular belief, because with her ukulele video having 16 million views and ads playing on it for some people, they assume it was monetized. So I guess she's trying to say that it isn't monetized or like it isn't the case, but I don't know, that's very confusing. But either way, she's definitely trying to tell her audience that she wasn't making money this summer, so she couldn't do the things that she wanted to do to her house. Colleen was also emotional in a recent vlog where she talked about her friend having gifted her a whale tail necklace for her birthday and explained that this summer when she was struggling really badly, whales kept being a constant thing that she saw online or in dreams, and it was this sign of hope for her.
The reason my friend gave me a whale tail necklace is because a couple months ago I was really struggling in a bad way, and I was just having a hard time seeing the light, if you will, and I kept having dreams about whales. Like I kept having dreams that I was on a boat and then I'd see a whale jumping out of the water, or a boat would sink and then I was in the water scared, but then I go into the water and there was whales in the water. I Googled like, what does it mean to see whales in dreams? And the first thing that popped up for me was the appearance of a whale in a dream can signify that everything is or will be okay. And I just cried so hard when I read that. It was like somehow, somewhere, I don't know, something needed me to know that everything was gonna be okay. And I felt like a lot over the last 6 months, that was all I wanted someone to tell me. Like every time I talked to anybody, I just wanted them to say to me, everything will be okay. And nobody could do that. I even brought it up in therapy. My therapist and I were talking and she was like, what do you want? What do you need? And I said, I just want someone to tell me it's gonna be okay, even if they're lying. I just want someone to tell me it's gonna be okay.
She also talked about the fact that the people in her life weren't sure if, things were gonna be okay career-wise, and they weren't willing to really lie to her and be like, it's gonna be fine, like it's gonna blow over. And the only thing that was giving her hope was seeing whales.
But I didn't have people in my life who were willing to do that. It's I don't think I had people in my life that were willing to lie to me. And I think to say to me, everything's gonna be okay, they would have been lying, because no one could say that with confidence at the time. And so, oh my God, long story short, I did not expect to be like this about this, but you asked about my necklace. I thought it would be a quick story about whales. But I told my friend that this was happening and that I was having dreams about whales, and then whales just kept popping up everywhere I went. I would see whales, someone would talk about whales, and then I looked up the meaning, and it just was so wild to me. So after that, there were a few times where my friend, whenever I would have a hard day, my friend would text me a little whale emoji, and I just thought that was so sweet and thoughtful. And so anyway, my friend got me this little whale tail to let me know that everything will be okay, and I just think it's so sweet.
So she's definitely opened up more about things that went on this summer, how she felt during all of that, and how it affected her life. Obviously not being able to work on her house, which people have interpreted as her wanting some sort of sympathy, and so that's been a big conversation. But she does have people still watching her. Tons of people are leaving positive comments. She's got things heavily filtered, so there's not really a single negative thing that's being said in her comment section. But the amount of positivity has still shocked people. There's people that are curious about her life and her kids and her interests, like her new rock obsession. I don't know if they just don't know about what came out this summer, or if they don't care or what, but she's got some people sticking by her still. But that is what she had to say as of recent. I want to know what you guys think about what Colleen had to say about tour and her home. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.